Yeah.
I don't know how confident I would feel going out on that, even if I was attached to something.
When you're actually on it like this, when I haven't even stood up yet, it's going to be hard to, like, even take steps on.
This is a story of a crew of urban athletes on a mission to uncover Britain's hidden treasures. Meet Calvin.
I'm Calvin, I'm 20 years old, and I am a skateboarder.
Pete is a man of few words and big tricks. You'll never catch him without his BMX. Katie is a world-class freerunner. She'll keep the pace up and the flips high. Then there's Jed.
Hello, my name is Jediah Doohan. I'm currently on a Highline.
For them, no challenge is too big, and there's nothing like a no-entry sign to get them going, as they explore Britain's abandoned playgrounds. Today we're at a huge shipyard on the banks of the River Wear in Sunderland. This old rust bucket is still in good shape, but too run down for any real vessels. So our crew are having to make do.
Ooh, this is made for highlining, hey? How exciting.
Honestly, man, I just want to skate already.
Yeah.
What even is
The
this
breathtaking sight seems like the perfect location to create a scene.
Honestly, don't think it'll be as big as it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's huge.
Don Shipman, a veteran shipbuilder, was here during the glory days.
Maybe it's fifth generation, all doing ships, so it tends to be in the blood type of thing. And then it's just cut off, finished, gone.
Sunderland used to be one of the largest shipbuilding towns in the world. But with stiff competition from the Far East, the industry died a slow death. And Pallion was sadly one of its victims.
Well, there she goes, eh? Hard to believe we'll not see another one of them on the berth.
And the ship would be built up, be built in sections, flood the dock, open the gate, sail ships out.
So what did all those people do then when this place shut down?
And then signed on.
Really?
Thousands of fellas and ladies, big influx into your door office.
Sunderland in particular, and this area in general, although they had a very proud history in traditional industrial activities, were on the whole too narrowly focused, and they were unable as places to withstand the changes in the economic climate.
As the crew get the lowdown on the shipyard's history, they worry that the dust and debris will be a bit of an issue.
No, you're too goddamn soft.
Okay.
Don't like getting your hands dirty.
My hands are pretty dirty right now.
But they waste no time getting into action.
What do you think, man?
It's not like anything I've ever seen before, really. It's just huge.
Especially, it's such a brutal environment to work in. Like, the air, it's hardcore.
I just got hit in the head by a chain.
Some of the machinery here is still in good nick, so this playground gives the crew some initial fun.
No, like higher, like getting high.
Oh, okay.
Getting high.
Oh, slip it! Whoa! It's a reflex.
That's so filthy, so quick.
Working hard, I'm working hard, man. Yeah! It's crazy that there's just, like, a ton of water behind there. Like...
Ships used to come out of these massive rusty gates, and it's these 100-foot structures that are keeping the yard from flooding.
Set up somewhere. Like, how long can you all...
200, well, like 180-ish metres, basically. I've got a 200-metre piece of rope. I've got some 11 mil static.
Okay, I was like, this is already a really big space.
So, Katie, Sarah, Katie.
Hi.
Sarah lives in Highland Paradise.
You could definitely do some cool lines across as well. You could rig this place pretty good.
In a factory of this size, it'll take 2 of them to put up a line. Jed has brought along world-class Highliner Sarah to overcome the task. She is rigged between mountains, and Jed will need all her expertise.
Like, the width of it is 56 metres.
Well, I'm looking to go as high as possible. You always, Highliners want to go as high as possible.
After a 50-metre climb, Jed and Sarah arrive in the building's corroded roof.
I'm going to rig a line.
We're going to rig a line. That's like the fastest possible way of explaining it. So the mission is to, like, find the thing that's most bomber in this, like, sea of, like, old metal, like...
It's dirty, and the girders are rusty. They'll have to be wary of any sharp edges that could easily cut a line.
Same thing, bit sketchier access. I definitely want sketchy access.
But finding the best place to anchor a high line is a challenge in itself.
Ah, come on.
How do you get down? No one knows. Oh, that way, oh, is it?
Calvin drops down to weigh up his options. Back on the ground, Katie explores for creative spaces.
That's so slippery. Ugh. And pretty dirty.
But Calvin and Pete waste no time clearing the graveyard of dust. There's a ton of muck and debris, but they've had some ideas.
I'm a bit limited with like the filth and the roughness, you know. So I like to keep it crispy. Keep that pretty waxed, so you can just like grind that straight up. I reckon that's the most grindable thing here. In it, yeah, cinematography.
That was sick, mate.
Yo.
So I couldn't see when this came down. I was like, oh, where's the floor? I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is not a good thing to flip in, turns out. I'm so worried I'm going to step on something that's going to crumble underneath me. All of this is actually loose.
After years of shipbuilding, the yard surfaces are far from smooth sailing, but the crew want to test out every bit of this space.
Everything's just like super slippery.
This would be good. Do you know what I mean? Like, right, back to back.
Calvin's tricks are coming off.
Yeah, man, I hyped on that.
Pete is still struggling, but he's seen an opportunity.
See those massive pipes over there? I want to see what they are.
So she said.
Like 3 pipes. Jump into this. We flip it. Use it as a kicker. Might be hard. I want to skateboard.
And for Katie, this old shipyard offers plenty of options. She's never afraid to get her hands dirty. The crew at ground level is in full swing, and the shipyard is back in action.
Oh, that was close. That was good.
Well, close to me.
Yeah, I felt like it was.
I more notice how slippery it is when I'm prepping things, oddly enough, and then when I'm just doing it, I'm not even thinking about it.
Before the break, the crew were nailing it on the ground, but Pete thinks the shipyard has more to give.
We could probably build kickers out of the stuff which is in here, but essentially, me and Calvin are going to use the ramps to get up into high places where you wouldn't normally be able to get to. We're going to use them as kickers, so yeah, it'll be good.
So, tricky brief. It was basically to make the biggest ramp possible that would also fit on a double-decker bus.
Excited, a bit shaky just because I can't wait to do it, but I don't know how that ramp's going to ride at all.
Got it?
Yeah, sorted.
Pete's set a line, and he's about to test one of the biggest step-ups he's ever hit.
That was the one.
As the guys on the ground are smashing it, up above, Jed and Sarah are struggling with the compact space. Having done this for most of his adult life, Jed is confident they'll make it work.
Yeah, like hundreds of thousands of years of evolution, like, exists and is in place, which makes you go like when you're high, and just like, you have to basically like override that feeling and be like, no, logically this is safe. Like, I'm now super desensitized to height, so like, if I were to fall down there right now, I would like, there's a high likelihood I would die, like, I'd basically die. But I'm like very happy stood here. As I see it, highlining literally saved my life. Like, the chances of me still being alive are like slim if I hadn't found highlining, I honestly think. So I had like a high level of anxiety, and I think partially, honestly, the reason why I started highlining is because it's like the best tool for self-improvement I've ever found, honestly.
I definitely know a lot of people who would say exactly the same thing. He's strapped in and he's rigged it all himself, so he knows that it's all safe. So he trusts it, so I trust it. But yeah, I don't know how confident I would feel going out on that, even if I was attached to something.
Wow. When you're actually on it like this, when I haven't even stood up yet, and it's still like blip, 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 that means that it's going to be hard to like even take steps on.
That was sick.
It's just making every bit of me sweat. I know. It's terrifying.
Yeah, but it's a rational fear. Like you were saying, trying to, yeah, teach your body that it's okay.
Mental. Would not get me on there.
I think it looks really awesome. Him against all of this like random stuff. It's 160. The longest urban line and yeah, the longest indoor line for sure. It's a good spot for it. Yes.
That's so powerful. That's amazing. It's like riding a gigantic wave.
I don't have any expectations. I'll just try the line.
Yeah. Sweet.
Jed and Sarah have finally been able to test the line, and it's game on for the whole crew.